let's talk about some late round options for this year's draft. Let's go! What is up, Bengals fans? It's your boy Mike coming back at you with another Who Daily. Reds home opener was today. Joe Burrow was there throwing out the first pitch. Crowd was going nuts. Got a Who Day chant in Great American Ballpark on opening day. Cincinnati's a football town, baby.
Thank you!
What I wanted to talk to you today is I want to go through some options with you guys on some later round options. Probably what I was thinking was these guys would probably be, based on the boards I'm using, these are all options that are around 5th round and later. Some of them way later, as in like they're not projected to get drafted type guys, but I think they're pretty decent options. And let me show you some of these guys. So as you can see, I've got the PFF mock draft simulator pulled up. I've also got some tabs for the RAS scores I want to show you guys. The first guy I wanted to talk to you about is going to be offensive tackle out of Southern Utah, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds, baby. His name is Braxton Jones, and he is a beast. 6'5", 310 pounds, redshirt senior. He's 23 years old. Check out these PFF scores. What the hell? I get it. I know he's playing against like Idaho and like Northwest Texas Technical College Community Center, stuff like that. I mean, it is an issue when you're looking at a dude like this that he has only ever played left tackle. Not a huge deal. That just means he's the best lineman on their team. But he put up these monster grades: 93.6 run blocking grade, 90.0 pass blocking grade, 85.0 on true pass sets. He did this though against not super great competition, but check out his RAS score, dude. So he tested like an elite athlete, right? He tested in the 95th percentile for speed. He tested in the 81st percentile in the 3-cone drill, which means he's quick with his feet and he keeps his balance well. Pretty powerful dude, broad jump, only 26 bench reps, but I don't know if I've ever mentioned on the channel, bench press does not equate to playing power. It does not equate to on-field play strength. It just means that you can bench press 225 however many times. Literally all it means. I don't even know why they do it really, other than to show if somebody's super, super weak or something. But check out his comps down here. Tyron Smith. Okay. Joseph Noteboom. Yeah, I'll take this guy. If he's available, he's looking. So right now, if we look at PFF, he is there on their big board. He's ranked 158th. Right now, he's going around 144, right? So that would put him around, safely in the 5th round-ish range, I guess. So pretty solid dude. Just want to show you him. Now, next guy. These guys aren't all going to be from small schools, but several of them are, because that's how guys fall through the cracks, right? Small school guys tend to not get as much hype. So I want to show you guys this guy right here out of Virginia Tech, not a small school, but he's not getting as much play as I think he should. His name's Amari Barno, so all-time name list right there. 6'4", 246. He's an edge player, right? Doesn't jump off the page from a PFF perspective, 72.3 overall grade this past year, 11.5% win rate on his pass rushes, 73.1 on the true pass rush sets. Nothing crazy, but when you factor in this, he's productive in a Power 5 conference. He got better year over year. You factor this in with this RAS score of a 9.18 with 34-inch arms. Whoo! Give me some of this. Give me some Amari Barno, my guy. Look at this. He ran the fastest 40 time of any defensive end this year. He had the fastest 20 and 10-yard splits. Super fast dude. Very explosive on his. He's in the 93rd percentile for vertical. Almost 100th, 97th percentile in the broad jump. He didn't do the 3-cone. Not sure why. I don't care though. This guy's here. Barno is currently 171 on PFF's big board. He's going around 150. Mid-round guy that can get you an extra twitched up pass rusher later in the draft. Next guy I want to talk about. His name is Logan Brus, out of Wisconsin, another Power 5 school, Big Ten guy, 6'5", 309. Right now he's on 220 on the big board for PFF. Check out his grading. Again, he got better every year. His most recent year is his best one. 82.5 overall grade. Pretty versatile looking lineman. He played right guard last year, played right tackle this year, so some versatility there. And checking out his RAS score, 8.76 for the big fella, 6'5", 309. 31-inch vertical, that put him in the 88th percentile. The 93rd percentile for broad jump. Look at that 3-cone. This is the stuff. He's explosive and he's agile, right? And at that size for that dude, I'm not really worried about the 40-yard dash for offensive linemen, but his splits are good, which means he can move in a short space, right? He doesn't have long speed. He can't run fast for a long time, but in a short space, which is what you ask linemen to do, he's quick. He can get where he needs to go. So if you check out his comps down here, Andrew Thomas, Ryan Vandemark is in this year's draft. I think he's a later round guy. He's not in this video, but he's pretty solid too. So good comps, good stuff, what you're looking for. Next, another guy that I know you guys have probably heard of because the Bengals might be in the market to draft a tight end this year. Cole Turner out of Nevada. He's currently 228 on PFF. PFF doesn't give a lot of love to tight ends for a couple reasons. PFF grades whether or not you execute your job on a specific play, and a lot of times a couple things happen. The way college offenses use tight ends does not translate well to the way pro offenses use tight ends, number one, and number two, it's difficult to grade them because it's difficult to tell what their assignment was supposed to be, and also because a lot of the quick reads, get the ball out fast, read option type plays in college game, not as much tape to actually grade for tight ends. So you'll see this guy on different big boards, and all of these guys on different big boards, maybe ranging wildly up and down. But that's kind of the point. You don't know when they're going to be there, but if they are at a value spot, you might want to take them. But look at this guy, 6'7", 246. He's just a big rebounder, and if you watch his tape, that's what he does. Contested catch rate, 58.6. They just throw the ball up to him. Like if you watch Nevada, he'll just run up the seam, they'll just throw it up, and he just jumps over everyone and gets it, right? Because he's huge. 73.5 overall grade. Also, pretty solid run blocker. 66.5 run blocking grade, not bad. But if you take a look at his RAS, he didn't blow it up. He's not crazy. What I'm mostly worried about is that 4.7, 640. Not the greatest, but the Bengals don't necessarily value speed in their tight ends. And they definitely want them to be big and strong enough to block people, right? So check out his broad jump. I'd expect his vertical to be a little better than that. That's kind of poor, but we're talking a late round guy here, right? So if the Bengals are later in the draft and none of these top tight ends fall to them in the right spots, this could be a later round guy that they take a look at. The next guy I really like the idea of this guy in like the 7th round, right? Just take a flyer on him because he's ranked 257 on the big board, average draft position of 250. So right toward the end of the draft, people are taking this guy, Jordan Jackson, the interior defensive lineman from the Air Force Falcons, right? 5'10", 294. So he's a little bowling ball, dude. Hold on a second. I just realized PFF has him listed at 5'10", right? But at the combine, my man Jordan, 6'4". How are you that far off? Not the best overall PFF grade, right? But if the Bengals draft this guy, they're going to be playing him on pass rush downs. And look at his pass rush grade. 82.5, 85.0 on true pass sets, 16% win rate on the pass sets. Now, competition level again, he plays for Air Force. He's not playing Power 5 teams or anything like that. But this would be a developmental guy. And one thing you want to take a look at with him is his RAS score, man. He did blow it up, right? So 9.14, almost 34-inch arms. That's crazy. Good explosive grade, under 87th percentile in the 40. Moves really well in the agility drills. Man, this could be fun. Gerald McCoy on the comps, right? Could be a developmental guy, and he could end up being, he weighs, what did he weigh in at? 294. That's pretty good, man. Next guy I wanted to talk about, and this guy I don't even think he has good testing, but I wanted to show you guys. I watched him a little bit at the combine, and he is not very. It doesn't look super athletic. He kind of stumbles around. William Dunkle played for San Diego State. There he is against Air Force there with a 99.9 grade. That's crazy. But look at these grades. 98.8 run blocking grade. 98.8 zone grade. I mean, I don't think this translates to the pros because he's not a very good athlete. If you would look at him, 4.8 on the RAS, right? These athletic testing numbers are not gonna do well in the pros. It's just too slow and not quick enough to stay in front of these defensive linemen. You can see kind of in the comps, Mike Upati would be the best case scenario for this guy. However, that's another late round guy we may be able to get. Who knows? Taking a look now at this guy. So this is crazy. This is an Alabama corner that PFF has ranked 295th. He's currently going at around 160 in their mocks. 6'1", 197, 81.3 overall grade in the SEC. In the SEC, right? And his RAS scores respectable. He ran a 4.3940, 93rd percentile in that. Did not test very well from an explosion or agility score perspective. That's not super great, right? You want this guy, you want your corners to be agile in order to keep up, in order to break on routes. But maybe that's why he's low. I'm not sure. I haven't watched his tape. His comps, there aren't any, anything that jumps off the film. Tyson Campbell, I had a pretty good grade on last year, but I don't know. I don't know why he's this low on PFF's board, but if he's there in the 7th round, that might be Bengals can't have enough corners, right? But the last guy I wanted to show you guys, and I've talked about him on the channel before. I think I've taken him in a mock draft before. Isaiah Weston, right? 6'4", 214, out of the Northern Iowa Panthers, right? And this is another guy, not crazy. It doesn't blow you away with his PFF scores. 69.3 overall grade last year. Does win in contested catch scenarios often enough. Pretty good yards per route run. This guy's a vertical threat, and the reason I say that, look at this RAS score. At 6'3.5", 214, 20 bench reps, 40-inch vertical, 11-foot broad jump, 4.4, 240. Not very agile, but you're not asking this guy to run slant routes. You're asking this. You say, "Hey man, run down the field and then go catch the football." I'll take a Calvin Johnson, DK Metcalf, Chase Claypool comp any day of the week. But that's going to do it for me today. I just want to show you guys some of these later round. I know you see so many mock drafts, and I know even a lot of guys that do this as much as I do. They go and they're like, I don't know who any of these dudes are. I don't know anything about them. And I've only watched the bare minimum of film on these guys. I just think it's interesting that guys that are graded out as well as some of these guys are, plus testing well, are so far down on a lot of these draft boards. And I guess a lot of these so PFF will, they go by their draft, they go by their scoring, right? They go by their grading system. They grade out every single player, and then they factor in their positional value algorithm. That's their big board, right? However, you take a look at a place like the Draft Network, right? Or Dane Brugler or something. These guys are doing it old school, watching the tape, making notes, and then and then creating their big board just based on their experience, right? I'm sure a lot of them use other systems as well, like PFF, just to factor in a little bit. But you're seeing this year, guys. A lot of these guys are all over the place. It's hard to tell where people are going to go. So I just want to show you guys some late round intriguing prospects in areas of need for the Bengals. So offensive line, defensive line, and a wide receiver and a corner. You know, some late round guys that may be able to come in and make an impact. At the very least, they can play on special teams. But until next time, guys, I've been Mike. This has been Who Daily. See ya.